Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Hill that was published on December 15th and is written by John Solomon and Allison Spann. And I love this because it goes to show the desperation of the left and the Democrats and to how low they will stoop in order to get what they want, in order to go after an opponent, okay? Exclusive. Prominent lawyer sought donor cash for 2 Trump accusers. Now, the funny thing is this also has a direct relation to the Allred family and the quality and caliber of the people in it. Because, as you'll see as we get into this, I'll tell you exactly why. A well-known women's rights lawyer sought to arrange compensation from donors and tabloid media outlets for women who made or considered making sexual misconduct allegations against Donald Trump during the final months of the 2016 presidential race, according to documents and interviews. Which is pretty bombshell, because to me, if you're going to make a claim that someone sexually assaulted or harassed you, you should be doing it on the note of justice, not a payday. If you're doing it for a payday, odds are it didn't freaking happen. Because you know what? If you're concerned about money in your pocket over the person paying who did something that violated you in some way, shape, or form, there's a problem. It's called you're a fucking fraud. And now we're going to get into the fact of the questioning the quality and caliber of the people in the Allred family. Because the lawyer in question, okay, a California lawyer named Lisa Bloom, is the daughter of Gloria Allred. The same bitch who just recently tried to pass off a forged yearbook as not being forged, and the smoking gun in hanging, Moore, who was running for Senate. This is funny. So California lawyer Lisa Bloom's efforts included offering to sell alleged victim stories to TV outlets in return for commission for herself, arranging a donor to pay off one Trump accuser's mortgage, and attempting to secure a 6-figure payment for another woman who ultimately declined to come forward after being offered as much as $750,000, the clients told The Hill. Now, this is what's messed up. When you're getting offered that kind of money and your conscience kicks in, yeah. Because I'm thinking that's what happened there. I'm guessing, when you're looking to get your mortgage paid or you're looking for a payday, your credibility is shit. The women's accounts were chronicled in contemporaneous contractual documents, emails, and text messages reviewed by The Hill, including an exchange of text between one woman and Bloom that suggested political action committees supporting Hillary Clinton were contacted during the effort. So yeah, here we go. That was actually, the accusers being paid was covered in the WikiLeaks emails. I believe they actually got into actual ones who were getting paid too. I could be wrong. I mean, I do believe I saw that, but I could be corrected on that one. Bloom, who has assisted dozens of women in prominent harassment cases and also defended film executive Harvey Weinstein earlier this year, represented 4 women considering making accusations against Trump last year. This woman, she has absolutely no moral compass. It goes where the money is. 2 went public and 2 declined. Yeah, one of the ones that went public, he was looking at my naked body under my robe. How did he do that? You were wearing the robe, right? Yeah. But I was naked under the robe. Okay, well, he still wasn't ogling your body because you were fully fucking clothed if you're wearing a robe like that, bitch. I mean, those were the types of accusations we had going on here. And they're trying to roll that one out. I was in my robe and naked under it, and he was in there. Yeah, he's the guy who, owns Miss Universe. That means he has a right to be there and make sure that things are going as planned. That's kind of like own something and you run it, that's kind of part of the job. You were fully clothed. You were in a robe. That's fully friggin' clothed, woman. Shut the hell up and get a clue. You precious little snowflake who don't like that he's the president. In a statement to The Hill, Bloom acknowledged she engaged in discussions to secure donations for women who made or considered making accusations against Trump before last year's election. Which is surprising because it just makes her look like shit, and it makes the supposed accusers, the supposed victims, look like shit. Donors reached out to my firm directly to help some of the women I represented, said Bloom, whose clients have also included accusers of Bill Cosby and Bill O'Reilly. Huh. So, donors reached out. Really? So, were any of them the DNC, Hillary Clinton, Podesta, the Hillary Clinton campaign? Because I'm wondering if that's what was talked, this is what I was just talking about the WikiLeaks email dump. Which would go to show a conflict of interest in that you're crooked as fuck. Bloom said her goal in securing money was not to pressure the women to come forward, but rather to help them relocate or arrange security if they felt unsafe during the waning days of a vitriolic election. She declined to identify any of the donors. Yeah, because odds are, again, WikiLeaks, odds are Hillary Clinton was the Podesta DNC email leaks. The odds are they were throwing money her way. And, of course, the money wasn't about pressuring the women to come forward. It was about buying their lying. About paying for them to lie. That's what it was. Call it what it was, bitch. Call it what it was. And while she noted she represented sexual harassment victims for free or at reduced rates, she also acknowledged the standard part of her contract required women to pay her commission as high as 33% if she sold their stories to media outlets. And the truth comes out. The reason why this bitch does what she does and she creates this perception of things is because she's Hollywood like anyone else out there on the left coast, in LA. All right, she thinks she's a bit of an agent. Besides a lawyer. This is fucking ridiculous. So wait a minute, no. The way it should be is if you represent them for free or at a reduced rate, that's your pay. End of story. Okay, you shouldn't be making money off of exploitation on the note of the situation, the individual, and if they're lying like with these Trump accusers, the expense of their victim. You're a disgusting piece of shit, Bloom. Our standard pro bono agreement for legal services provides that if a media entity offers to compensate a client for sharing his or her story, we receive a percentage of those fees. This rarely happens, but on occasion, a case generates media interest and sometimes, not always, a client may receive an appearance fee, she said. That's all your mother and you do is push them making appearances. So don't try to say, oh, well, this is just something standard about our pro bono agreement, because guess what? Pro bono means that you're doing it for free, not that you're going to push their story out there and then get a cut off of the sale of it. It don't work like that. You can't say pro bono and then say we're getting paid, because then it ain't pro bono. As a private law firm, we have significant payroll, rent, taxes, insurance, and other expenses every week. So an arrangement where we might receive some compensation to defray our cost seems reasonable to us and is agreed to by our clients, Bloom added. That is such a frigging attorney fucking statement. If you do something for pro bono, that means you're doing it for free. If you do it for a reduced rate, that means you're doing it for that reduced rate. That don't mean that you're going to hawk their fucking story to media outlets and the networks and movie studios and then make a cut off of that. No, what you agreed to get paid is what you agreed to get paid. Not, I'm going to make bank off of you on the backside. That's just sleazy. And you know what? Cry me a river. That's what free enterprise is, bitch. Yeah, That's all of it. All of the stuff. Payroll, rent, taxes, insurance. All of it. That's part of free enterprise. That's part about owning and running a business. Okay? So don't try to say that those things are a reason why you do what you do. You know those are part of doing what you do. So don't use them as an excuse to be exploiting these people, if they're actual genuine victims, mind you. Otherwise, you're just using them and getting them to perjure themselves, and you're a scumbag. Bloom told The Hill she had no contact with Clinton or her campaign, but declined to address any contacts with super PACs that supported the Democratic presidential nominee. How about the DNC itself? Because, you know, as I've been saying, in the DNC Podesta leaks, the DNC itself was talking about paying accusers, along with Podesta. So, yeah. Why didn't you ask that question? That would have been a good one to ask, considering it was in the freaking email leaks they were paying off people to paying accusers to accuse Trump. This is ridiculous. Josh Schwerin, the communications director of Priorities USA Action, the largest pro-Clinton super PAC, told The Hill that the group had no relationship with Bloom and had no discussions with her about supporting Trump accusers. Okay. Maybe believable, but when Democrats, that was a slip of the tongue the first time, and I like it the second time. Democrats. All right, when they're lying, their lips are moving. And their lips are always moving. One Bloom client who received financial help from Bloom was New York City makeup artist Jill Harth. The former beauty contestant manager filed a sexual harassment suit against Trump in 1997 and then withdrew it under pressure. Oh, really? Well, that's just talking out your ass, putting your opinion in there. I understand The Hill's not a fan of Trump, but she withdrew it. Odds are she withdrew it because she was fucking lying. Not from pressure, because when it goes to court, she'd have to take the stand and she would perjure herself, which is a criminal charge, even though it would be a civil fucking hearing. Jesus. The news media discovered the litigation during the election, and Hart's name became public in the summer of 2016. She asked Bloom to represent her in the fall after hearing Trump describe her allegations against him as false and became a vocal critic of Trump. You withdrew the lawsuit. You withdrew it because you knew you did not have shit for proof of it. You were just a butthurt little bitch. And you didn't want to perjure yourself and end up having a criminal charge. Own up to it. I consider myself lucky to have had Lisa Bloom by my side after my old lawsuit resurfaced. She advised me with great competence and compassion, Harth told The Hill. She's an ambulance-chasing hack, okay, who takes on clients to sell their stories, and she gave you good legal advice? Her mother is a hack who keeps getting caught in her shit, the same as her daughter. And you think that her daughter is a good lawyer? Her daughter's a chippy off the old block. Not a chip, a chippy. Okay, because she's whoring herself out. I mean, she might not be doing it sexually, but she's still a whore with what she's doing. Harth said she did not originally ask Bloom for money, even though her cosmetics business suffered from the notoriety of the campaign stories about her. Bullshit! Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Because you know what? I will put money. I want to see her books. Why didn't you guys ask to see her books with that statement? Because you know what? I'm guessing a lot of leftist women, especially the feminazi crowd, Even though they don't really wear makeup. Or not, well, I shouldn't say that generalizing, but a lot of them don't. Even if they wore it, they'd still be scary looking. But I bet you they bought makeup to support her. Okay? Advertising is advertising. Don't even. You are looking for a payday, bitch. I'll put money on it. Because Ivanka had all of her shit being pulled out of stores because of triggered little leftist whiny bitches like you that had issue with her father. And her company's sales with less exposure to the public. Okay? With them having less access, okay, to her clothing line. The sales went up. But later, Bloom arranged a small payment from the licensing of some photos to the news media and then set up a GoFundMe.com account to raise money for Hearth in October 2016. Jill put herself out there, facing off with Donald Trump. Let's show her some love, the online fundraising appeal set up by Bloom's husband declared. Okay. Now, where she gets a third of the extra money, it looks like, how much money do you think she got off of the GoFundMe? I'll put money, oh, well, we did this, we set it up, and I bet you they took a cut. The effort raised a little over $2,300. $2,300. Bitch. You make it sound like they actually had people supporting her. $2,300 ain't shit. Even at $1 a person, that's 2,300 people, and that's the smallest amount that you can do on a GoFundMe is $1, I believe. So yeah, if memory serves on that, so that would mean tops 2,300 people helped her out. That ain't shit. Bloom then arranged for a donor to make a larger contribution to help Hearth pay off the mortgage on her Queens apartment in New York City. The amount was under $30,000, according to a source directly familiar with Hearth's situation. Public records show Hearth's mortgage was recorded as extinguished on December 19th, 2016. So basically, she was bought off. I mean, they're trying to play this any other way than what it is, but she was paid for her testimony. Don't even. I mean, this is so sleazy. Harsh said the payments did not affect the merits of her allegations. Bullshit! You're getting paid to say something. That doesn't have an effect? Alright? You having Trump derangement syndrome doesn't have an effect either? Bullshit! She alleges that during a January 1993 meeting at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, the future president pushed her up against a wall and groped her, trying to get his hands up her dress. Uh-huh. Sure. With all the actual beautiful women he's been around and married, you would think one of them would come out and actually say this shit. No, it's leftist, disgusting pigs for the most part. Except for the Miss Universe. But she's just a brainwashed little millennial dipshit. I mean, I look at the accusers of Bill Clinton, okay? Most part. Especially back in the day, if they've gotten rough around the edges as they got older. They were hot. They were all attractive women. The women coming out that are saying that Trump groped them and shit like that. Not the ones that he happened to be around them while they were naked under a robe, meaning fully clothed. They tend to be nasty pigs. I think when you look at the women that Trump has actually been seen with or involved with on that note, and you look at these women making the accusations, you just have to laugh. It's like, why would he fucking go near you when he can have that? Sorry. I hate to put it that way. Because it makes me sound like a crass, sexist asshole, and I'm not. But that's appearances. That's how life works. I mean, this is ridiculous. Nothing that you have said to me about my mortgage or the GoFundMe was created to help me out of financial effects. Nothing that you've said to me about my mortgage or the GoFundMe that was created to help me out financially affects the facts of the veracity of my 1997 federal complaint against Donald J. Trump for sexual harassment and assault, she told the Hill. Well, how about the fact that you dropped it? Because to me, if you're going to file a federal lawsuit, which means you're going to be in a court where a judge don't fuck around and you could get federal perjury charges. The only reason why, when that's the case, you would drop the lawsuit is you knew that you were going to get fucked. What you hoped is you were going to use the lawsuit to blackmail him for a payday. When he said, bitch, take me to court. He's like, fuck you, bitch. You know, take me to court. It'll be a great day in court. I'll watch your ass get handed to you by the judge. Are you ready for perjury? Because that'll be a great day. It'll be really, really great. I mean, that's how I see this going down. All right, because she was bluffing. She got called on her fucking bluff, and that's that. Having to retell my experiences of Donald Trump's harassment is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Sure. How come when it comes to the story that his accusers tell, it's like they're handed a narrative. They all literally say that having to retell their experiences of Donald Trump's harassment is the hardest thing they've ever had to do. Really? Did you go to college? Did you graduate? That's a lot harder than talking about this supposed bullshit you're claiming happened. At least I would think so. I think most of the world would think that. Trump has steadfastly denied assaulting or harassing women, even after a videotape surfaced in September 2016 in which he can be heard, boasting that famous men like him can grab women by the genitalia without consequence. Trump has dismissed the tape as locker room talk. Oh, wow. Talk about a complete misrepresentation of the tape. This is a bit sleazy here, the Hill. Okay, this is a bit sleazy. He's doing locker room talk, and he's talking about how because you're famous, women will let you do things that they would normally not let you do if you were not famous. Like, grab them by the pussy. That's what he was saying. That was the context of it. Let's put context to things here, because that's pretty much what he said. He wasn't talking about assaulting women. He was talking about the fact that if you're famous, women will let you do things that you couldn't get away with if you weren't famous, okay? Or wouldn't have the opportunity to do, okay? And I'm not saying get away with like on the note of assault them, get away with. I'm talking about the fact of, okay, their panties get wet and their panties will drop because they know you got money, you got power, you're famous. How do you think all these stars in Hollywood have all these women fucking their brains out? Same exact principle. Okay? Jack Nicholson, homely as fuck. And you know that man got ass. Same exact principle. No difference. Harth is currently writing a memoir about her whole experience, but without Bloom's help. So basically, she's writing a work of fiction. Good to know. I hope to see it in the fiction section in the near future. Bloom acknowledged arranging financial help for Harth, who she said had lost income because of the publicity surrounding her allegations. Oh, it's not the fact that she was proven a lying piece of shit, and that's what affected her business. Okay. It wasn't the fact that it came out in the WikiLeaks emails that the bitch was taking money, and that didn't affect her business. Okay. Sure. She endured a tidal wave of hate for it. Yeah, for being a fucking liar. It was very painful for her, and as a New York City makeup artist, Jill lost her job after she came out publicly against Donald Trump. I believe that people wanted to donate to help her, so we set up the GoFundMe account, she told The Hill. Like I said. Oh, excuse me. Even at the minimum, 2,300 people support her. Out of 330 some odd million Americans? Yeah. Half of which are women. So out of 150 million women, because I'm sure they were all women, except for maybe one or two fucking white knighting beta male cucks, future male feminist rapists, that were hoping she'd fuck them if they ever found, if she ever found out they contributed. I would, say those were probably the only men. But yeah, so you have this situation here where you're trying to play this differently than what it is. Okay? The reason why your income went to shit is because you were kind of proven to be a shitbag. The Hill does not identify the names of victims of sexual assault or harassment unless they go public on their own, like Harth. Wow. So now we get this anonymous source type thing of another allegation against Trump. This is funny. But one woman who did not go public with allegations agreed to share her documents and talk to The Hill about her interactions with Bloom if The Hill honored its commitment to maintain her anonymity. So you have a Trump accuser, and because you want to be shitbags, you're not going to say who she is. But you're going to talk about her being a Trump accuser. That's something the Washington Post or the New York Times would do. Pretty sleazy. Both that woman and Harth, who were friends, stressed that Bloom never asked them to make any statements or allegations except what they believed to be true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. And I love how this second woman is conveniently a friend of Harth. Huh. A little too fucking convenient. What are the odds that Donald Trump would know one of her friends and sexually assault that friend? That's like a statistical improbability. Wow. They don't even look at, separating out their supposed, victims. I mean, you look really stupid when it looks like two friends conspiring to try to tank someone because they don't like them. Wow. Their texts and emails indicate Bloom held a strong dislike of Trump, though. Bloom is the daughter of Gloria Allred, another prominent attorney who is representing a number of women who have made accusations of sexual misconduct against Trump. Yeah, you don't see, the family conspiring, which this is the same bitch. I mean, I love how The Hill doesn't want to bring up that Allred's daughter is the same bitch who tried to do a coup by taking over the Electoral College and saying, fuck the will of the American people. That's this bitch. I mean, this bitch should be disbarred. Trying to fuck with an election to cause a coup, okay? Knowingly parading people who are who are more than willing to perjure themselves, okay? And encouraging it, which I don't care what these people say. She's a sleazebag. Through implication or something else, she's like, yeah, if you say this, I can get you this. Cha-ching, cha-ching. This was all about the money. I don't care what these people say. If there's money involved, at any point in this, it becomes impropriety at that point. It becomes unbelievable bullshit. Because you've just now tainted anything that could be credible. if you do something like that, which means you're really stupid if you did. Or you're just or you're smart as a fox, you're greedy, and you hope to cash in. But you can be smart as a fox and dumb as a fucking stone at the same time, not realizing that only 2,300 people max are going to throw you money. I mean, this is so fucked up. In an email to the unnamed woman, Bloom said that her story was further evidence of what a sick predator this man is, referring to Trump. See, I love how you won't explain what went down, but yet you'll say what she said to try to paint a picture. This is pretty sleazy to do that here. I mean, come on now, Hill. Documents also show Bloom's efforts to get alleged victims of sexual assault or harassment to come out against Trump intensified as Election Day 2016 approached. Well, yeah, because she was looking for people that were willing to perjure themselves to try to, taint people's opinions about him and try to help with that, try to help Hillary out and get the election to tank in her, with him and go in her favor. When Harth, for instance, informed Bloom she had just made a Facebook post urging other women to come forward about Trump in October 2016, the lawyer texted back, "Wow, Jill, that would be amazing. 27 days until the election." And when a potential client abruptly backed out of a pre-election news conference in which she was supposed to allege she was sexually assaulted at age 13, Bloom turned her attention to another woman. Yeah, because she's the ambulance chaser of false sexual assault claims. That woman, Hart's friend, went back and forth for weeks with Bloom in 2016 about going public with an allegation of an unsolicited advance by Trump in the 1990s beauty contest circuit. Oh, God. Another fucking wannabe beauty queen acting like, yeah, he did something to me and it never fucking happened. I'll put money it didn't fucking happen. Because all the women Trump's been around, okay, before this point, you'd see allegation after allegation after allegation if he was remotely like how they claim. Okay, because when you have the beautiful women he's had around him, yeah, it's a fucking smorgasbord. Give us a clear sense of what you need and we will see if we can get it, Bloom texted the woman a week before Election Day. Oh, so basically what you're getting at is how much is it going to take for you to talk? Because that's what that sounds like to me. I'm scared, Lisa. I can't relocate. I don't like taking other people's money, the woman wrote to Bloom. Oh, really? That sounds more like a cop-out. Because if you're really scared and you can't relocate, the charity of others would be something you would consider. Okay, let's not do this then, Bloom responded. We are just about out of time anyway. Translation, fuck you, bitch. I'm done with you. You're not going to perjure yourself? Fuck you. You're not going to take the money? Fuck you. The woman then texted back demanding to know why there was a deadline. What does time have to do with this? Time to bury Trump? You want my story to bury Trump for what? Personal gain? See, that's what I have. That's why I have trust issues. It could also be that you're a lying sack of shit, maybe. I'm just saying it's a possibility. You could be one. The woman told The Hill in an interview that Bloom initially approached her in early October through Harth. She said she had considered coming forward with her account of an unsolicited advance by Trump solely to support her friend Harth, and not because she had consternation with Trump, who ended the advance when she asked him to stop, she said. Oh, so wait a minute. He asked her out, something like that. She turned him down, and that was the end of it. Yet that's sexual harassment or sexual assault. I love the particular wording about this, okay? Unwanted advances. So, these days, see, that's one of those feminazi terms. These days, asking a woman out on a date is an unwanted advance. Used to be. Wasn't a big deal. If you weren't interested, a woman went and said, well, sorry, I'm not interested. If they were honest. Otherwise, they go, yeah, we could do that sometime, and they give you a fake phone number, whatever. So, he asked her out on a date. Okay. See, I knew this was bullshit. And you tried to pay her off. That makes you a sleazeball there, Bloom. The woman said Bloom initially offered a $10,000 donation to the woman's favorite church, an account backed up by text messages the two exchanged. Wow. Bloom was desperate. Please keep the donation offer confidential, except to your pastor, Bloom wrote on October 14th, 2016. Yeah, because that's not exactly proper for a lawyer to do that. That's bribery. It's a fucking crime. Why the hell isn't she being charged for this crime? She offered a bribe. 10 grand makes it a fucking felony. She should be under felony fucking charges right now and have her license to practice law fucking suspended. Oh wait, she's from California. No friggin' prosecutor in California is going to charge her with that. This is ridiculous. When Bloom found out the woman was still a supporter of Trump and associated with lawyers, friends and associates of the future president, she texted a request that jarred the woman. Oh, wow. When you have a chance, I suggest you delete the August 2015 Facebook post about supporting Trump, Bloom texted. Otherwise, the reporter will ask you how you could support him after what he did to you. Your call, but it will make your life easier. Wow, bitch. Proper punctuation. Your call, comma, but it will make your life easier. Wow. This reeks of complete impropriety. Holy fucking shit. The woman declined. I hate to say it, but I still rather have Trump in office than Hillary. The woman texted back. Bloom answered, okay, I respect that. Then don't change anything. Oh yeah, you know she was fucking fuming when she wrote that. You know she was fucking fuming. Eventually, the two decided the woman's continued support of Trump was a benefit to her narrative if she went public with the accusations. The message show, I love your point about being Trump supporter too. Bloom texted on October 4th. Wait a minute. How the hell is it a benefit to her narrative if she went public with the accusations? It only hurts her narrative. This was basically the sexual harassment equivalent ambulance chaser. Basically saying, well, bitch, I'm done with you. The text message shows the woman made escalating requests for more money. By early November, the woman said Bloom's offers of money from donors had grown to $50,000 to be paid personally to her, and then even higher. So she's bribing her. The text messages are here. Why the hell isn't the Hill getting contacted by law enforcement? Okay, by the Bar Association. And why isn't she being investigated and, charged right now? With bribery? I mean, we're talking felony here. 50 grand. Oh, it's definitely a felony. I mean, it had grown to 50,000 BB personally to her, and then even higher. Another donor has reached out to me offering relocation, security for any woman coming forward. I'm trying to reach him. Bloom texted the woman on November 3rd, 2016. Later she added, call me, I have good news. What's fucked up is how stupid people are these days. Okay? You're committing a crime here by trying to bribe her. You're an attorney. And you're too friggin' stupid to realize that you probably shouldn't be texting your criminality to her. Because you are bribing her. You're best to do that in a face-to-face situation. So that there's, no evidence. It's just your word against theirs. Bloom is a dumb bitch. She really is. The woman responded that she wasn't impressed with the new offer of $100,000, given that she had a young daughter. Hey, after thinking about all this, I need more than $100,000. College money would be nice for her daughter, plus relocation fees, as we discussed. Wow, so now she's a Trump supporter, but she's willing to cash in for a college education for her kid. Wow, this is pretty fucking sleazy shit. The figure jumped to $200,000 in a series of phone calls with Bloom that week, according to the woman. The support was promised to be tax-free and also included changing her identity and relocating, according to documents and interviews. Really? So basically we're going to have, because the only way you can legally change your identity, okay, is to go through the court system, and it's easily to track who you are. Or the government puts you in, say, witness protection. Those are the only two legal ways to really change your identity. So they were basically going to commit a crime, okay, create a false identity for her. This is really fucking sketchy. Wow. And she's handing up all this information. Why the hell isn't Allred's daughter in cuffs right now? Why isn't she friggin' in some woman's prison, okay? Worrying about some bitch, raping her. Oh my God, this is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. Bloom told The Hill that the woman asked for money as high as $2 million in the conversations, an amount that was a non-starter, but the lawyer confirmed she tried to arrange donations to the woman in low six figures. That's still a lot of money. She asked to be compensated, citing concerns for her safety and security, and over time increased her request for financial compensation to $2 million, which we told her was a non-starter, Bloom told The Hill. We did relay her security concerns to donors, but none were willing to offer her more than a number in the low six figures, which they felt was more appropriate to address the security and relocation expenses. And she's willing to talk about bribing this woman like she didn't commit a crime. This is so fucked up. The woman said that when she initially talked to Bloom, she simply wanted to support Harth and had no interest in being portrayed as an accuser or receiving money. But when Bloom's mention of potential compensation became more frequent, the woman said she tried to draw out the lawyer to see how high the offer might reach and who might be behind the money. Sure, I don't know about that. I'm kind of questioning your being genuine there. Just a few days before the election, the woman indicated she was ready to go public with her story, then landed in the hospital and fell out of contact with Bloom. The lawyer repeatedly texted one of the woman's friends on November 4th, 2016, but the friend declined to put the woman on the phone, instead sending a picture of the client in a hospital bed. Wow. So here she is in a hospital bed, and Bloom's going, I got money, I got money, I got money, I got money, I got money. Sign, bitch, sign, bitch, sign, bitch. Hang Trump, hang Trump, hang Trump. This is pretty bad. Bloom persisted, writing in a series of texts to the friend that she needed to talk to her hospitalized client because it could have a significant impact on her life and a big impact on her daughter if she did not proceed with the public statement as she had planned. What? Were you going to blackmail her? You're going to destroy her life? You're going to expose her? That kind of sounds like a hollow threat. I'm just saying. She is in no condition for visitors, the friend texted Bloom back. If you care about her, you need to leave her be until she's feeling better, the friend added in another text. Bloom hopped on a plane from California to come see the woman on the East Coast, according to the text messages and interviews. Wow. Bloom is a psycho fucking bitch, suffering from Trump, the worst case of Trump derangement syndrome I've seen so far. The next day, the woman finally reconnected with Bloom and informed her that she would not move forward with making her allegations public. Bloom reacted in a string of text messages after getting the news. Yeah, because she flew all the way there like, bitch, you're doing this. And she couldn't get her to do it. I am confused because you sent me so many nice texts Wednesday night after my other client wasted so much of my time and canceled the press conference, Bloom texted on November 5th, 2016. Translation, she's trying to guilt her there. That means a lot to me. Bullshit it does. You're an attorney. You're a sleazeball. Your mother, okay? Looking at your mother, you're a chippy off the old fucking block. She raised you to be just like her. A scumbag. So that does not mean a lot to you. Thursday, you said you wanted to do this, and if you could be protected, relocated. I begged you not to jerk me around after what I had just gone through. Oh my God! What a sleazy bitch trying to guilt her into fucking doing this. Wow! A little later, she added another text. You have treated me very poorly. I have treated you with great respect as much as humanly possible. I have not made a dime off your case, and I have devoted a great deal of time. It doesn't matter. I could have done so much for you. But you can't stick to your word even when you swear you will. A fucking attorney talking about a person's word. Not only that, the first half of that fucking text is like the psycho bitch that you break up with. And you say, look, I'm done. And then you get that type of text. You treated me very poorly. Okay, when they were the ones who shit on you, you treated them like a fucking queen. And they think it was the other way around. That's what we got here. After the woman was released from the hospital, she agreed to meet Bloom at a hotel on November 6th, just 2 days before Trump unexpectedly defeated Clinton. No, he didn't unexpectedly defeat Clinton. I knew from day fucking one he was going to win it. And I'm not saying like that in retrospect or literally. All right, I was for Rand Paul. I said I'm going to vote my conscience, but I know Trump is going to win. And I said that from day one. So it might have been a surprise to you establishment hacks, but to the American people, it wasn't unexpected. It might have been a surprise to the leftists with all like the snowflakes, like that like Pat looking bitch, okay, in her snow hat on her knees going, no, I'm so sorry, no, okay. Might have been unexpected for someone like that, or establishment press or whatever. But for the American public at large, it really wasn't. The woman told The Hill in an interview that at the hotel encounter, Bloom increased the offer of donations to $750,000, but still she declined to take the money. The woman texted Bloom that day saying she didn't mean to let her lawyer down. That was just her being nice. You didn't let me down, Bloom texted back. You came and spoke to me and made the decision that's right for you. That's all I wanted. Yeah, okay. Bloom confirmed to The Hill that she flew to Virginia to meet with the woman after she had changed her mind several times about whether to go public with her accusations against Trump. Well, it actually sounds like she never decided to go public, really. Sounds like you kept pushing her to, though. We invited her to meet with us at a hotel restaurant, and she accepted. Ultimately, after another heartfelt discussion, she decided that she did not want to come forward, and we respected her decision, Bloom told The Hill. Oh yeah, I'm sure you did. The second she left, I bet you were talking shit behind her back. I'd put money on that. Bloom said the donor money was never intended to entice women to come forward against their will. Well, no, of course it wasn't there to entice women to come forward against their will. It was there to entice women to fucking lie and perjure themselves where you really don't have any credible accusers. Be honest about it. Nothing could be further from the truth. Some clients asked for small photo licensing fees while others wanted more to protect their security, she added. Oh, No, I bet you it was to cash in. Bloom declined to identify the name of any donors who would have provided money for women making accusations against Trump. Why? Because according to the WikiLeaks Podesta DNC email dump, the DNC was one of them. But Bloom told the woman who declined to come forward that she had reached out to political action committee supporting Clinton's campaign. And I'm sure she reached out to the DNC too. It's my understanding that there is some Clinton super PAC that could help out if we did move forward, the woman wrote Bloom on October 11, 2016. If we help the Clinton campaign, they in turn could help or compensate us. Bloom wrote back, let's please do a call. I have already reached out to Clinton super PACs, and they are not paying. I can get you paid for some interviews, however. Yeah, because you see, I don't see her texting that they'll pay, because that's kind of going along the lines of criminality, and they don't want to exactly be caught by a text for bribery. The woman who ultimately declined to come forward with Bloom told The Hill that she stayed silent for an entire year afterward because she did not want to call attention to her family. This is a long article. She said she supported Trump in 2016 and that she held no resentment about the early 1990s advance because Trump stopped it as soon as she asked him. She said she remains friends with many people associated with the president to this day, including one of his best personal friends and a lawyer who works for one of the firms representing Trump. The woman said, however, no one associated with the Trump White House or president forced her to come forward or made any offers to induce her to talk to The Hill. She said she agreed to do so only after she became disgusted to learn this past October that Bloom had agreed to work in defense of Weinstein. Yeah, I can see that, having her want to come out. I can really see that having her want to hang Bloom. I could understand how she could say she was for people like me and that... Oh, I couldn't understand how she could say she was people like me and then represent someone like him. And then all the money stuff I knew about. I just became frustrated, she said. Ah, well, maybe Weinstein was one of the fucking people that was offering to pay her off. Wouldn't that be interesting? Bloom dropped her representation of Weinstein after the accusations piled up against him, telling BuzzFeed that it had been a colossal mistake. Oh, really? Why? Because it was destroying your image of being the fucking feminazi attorney? Or I should say, feminazi attorney 2.0? Because your mom is feminazi attorney, like, OG. Nearly from the beginning, Bloom made clear to the women she would have to pay her law firm a commission on any fees the attorney arranged for media outlets willing to pay for the woman's story, according to a copy of a contract as well as a text message sent to the woman. Which to me is complete bullshit. Because why should the law firm cash in if she sells her story? Don't work like that. If she got an agent, that'd be a different story. They should get a cut. Because you're paying them for their legal services. Part of those legal services are representing you in contractual matters. So, fuck you. You agree to a payment, that don't mean that you're going to get a commission off of the sale of something. No, you agree to get paid, not to get an extra kickback if you go and like, fucking create a narrative and then sell that narrative. Don't work, because that's what you're basically talking about doing with this. Outlets with which I have a good relationship that may pay for your first on-camera interview, revealing your name and face, Inside Edition, Dr. Phil, lawnews.com. Bloom texted the woman just a few weeks before the election date. My best estimate of what I could get you would be $10,000 to $15,000, less our 1/3 attorney fee. So if she got 15 grand, she'd make 10 grand. If she got 10 grand, she'd be getting a little over 6. If you're interested, I would recommend Inside Edition or Dr. Phil, as they are much bigger. Dr. Phil is doing a show on Trump Accusers next Tuesday in LA and would fly you here and put you up in a nice hotel and pay for your meals as well. With your daughter, if you like. Bloom text added. Oh, yeah. How did that work out for Dr. Phil, the Trump Accuser episode? Not that well. Didn't work out as planned, I don't think, because I think he was doing it to try to tank Trump. This is funny. Oh, yeah, we'll get your daughter to go to LA. You get free meals, nice hotel. Yeah. All the perks. Come on. Come for a free trip. Uh-huh. Media moves very quickly, so you need to decide, and then once confirmed, you need to stick to it. Representatives of Inside Edition and Dr. Phil said that they did not pay any Trump accusers for appearances last year. Really? So, flying them out, putting them up, putting food down their gullets, etc., so on and so forth. That's not paying them? That sounds like paying them to me. That's compensation. If you interviewed them from their home via satellite or something, then you could honestly say that you did not pay them. But you did compensate them, which is paying them. Bloom's firm sent the woman a media-related services contract to represent her for speaking out against Donald Trump that laid out business terms for selling a story in the most direct terms. Okay, let's see how direct these terms are. Because I'm guessing it's a lot sleazier contract than an agent's contract. You see, I would tell Bloom to go fuck herself because an agent collects, 10%. This bitch collects a third. Do you see a problem with that? Because I sure as shit do. If you're going to act as her agent, you should collect 10, not 33. You will compensate the firm 33% of the total fee that you collect, whether the media deal or licensing fee is for print, internet, radio, television, film, or any other medium. Bloom's proposed contract dated on October 10, 2016 read, the woman said she signed the contract when Bloom found out in early November that the woman and her friend had discussions with CBS News about doing an interview on their own. The lawyer texted back, CBS does not pay for stories. Yeah, so you weren't going to get a fucking cut. And bitch, you shouldn't get a cut. You're a sleazeball, Bloom. If you're going to, all right, make up your mind. Are you going to be an attorney or an agent? If you're an attorney, you can charge 33% for your legal services. If you're going to be an agent, you can only charge 10% for your selling someone's story or idea or whatever. So, yeah. What's it going to be? Sleazebag attorney or sleazebag agent? Make up your mind. You can't be both. A little later, Bloom sent another text suggesting the arrangements she was making could be impacted by the unauthorized media contacts. You and your friend should not be shopping the story. It will come back to bite you, Bloom texted. And this whole thing we have worked so hard to make happen will go away. Oh, really? So, what you're getting at is if she went and talked to someone else, the whole narrative you're trying to push could go tits up, huh? Good to know. I'm glad she went and talked to the Hill then. I mean, Hill is a little bit sleazy in their coverage of this because when you're talking about women letting you do something because you are a star and they're smitten with you because of your star power, meaning they consent, and you try to portray it as if you did something improper and took advantage of those women, you're not exactly a bastion of presenting facts. You are slanting shit because of Trump derangement syndrome, clearly. But anyways, I just got to say I love this. I really do. Allred and Bloom are now both looking like shit. The mother-daughter pair of clusterfuck right now. Because that's what they are. This is so funny. Anyway, I'm just going to, where I've covered things well enough, leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.